हाय एंड वेलकम टू द स्पेसिफिक आस्क। आज मेरे साथ एक दोस्त हैं जिनका नाम अतुल जैन है। आई हैव नोन हिम फॉर सम टाइम नाउ। मैं ये जानता हूँ कि ही इज़ समबडी हु इज़ कम्प्लीटली पैशनेट अबाउट जेमस्टोन्स एंड सिंस हिज चाइल्डहुड उन्होंने बहुत सारे जेमस्टोन्स देखे हैं एंड ही इज़ कम्प्लीटली अंडरस्टूड कि जेमस्टोन्स के पीछे की केमिस्ट्री क्या है और उनकी साइंस क्या है। ही इज़ अंडरस्टूड कि कौन से बेटर होते हैं, कैसे उसको तराशा जाता है। तो कहा जाए कि जौहरी की परख या जौहरी की नज़र जो है वो उन्होंने बचपन से हासिल कर ली थी। गलत नहीं होगा। He is also somebody who is accredited with the creation of a testing lab, the first testing lab in northern India. He did that in 2004, and since his childhood, he has been dealing in gemstones. He's been trading gemstones. He's been creating beautiful jewelry with it, and today he's here to guide us about diamonds and various types and a bunch of questions I had about it. So we are going to speak to him. Atul ji, thank you.
Thank you so much for inviting to this wonderful forum today.
The pleasure is all ours actually.
Thank you.
हम लोग अपनी लाइफ में सुनते रहते हैं हीरा है सदा के लिए। आपके लिए तो ये बिल्कुल ट्रू है क्योंकि बचपन से ही हीरा आपके लिए सदा के लिए रहा है, शुरुआत से ही। Let's jump into our conversation, sir. Yes.
Absolutely, yes. Fine.
अतुल सर, सबसे पहले बहुत बेसिक सवाल जो सभी पूछते होंगे शायद आपसे, कि वो 4 C's क्या होते हैं डायमंड के?
You see, these 4 C's were actually defined way back in 1950s. When GIA brought in fact, the father of GIA, he is considered to be the godfather of diamond grading. These 4 C's were established to grade and precisely and scientifically evaluate diamonds.
Okay.
Before that, the diamonds, as usual, we evaluate or grade other things. We call it super deluxe, or
right.
AAA, AA, A. So the diamonds this was the nomenclature used for diamonds.
Right.
But there was this need for specific evaluation of diamonds because they occur in various shades and hues. They occur in various clarities. They occur in various sizes.
Right.
And being a product of Mother Earth, nature, so they have to be evaluated properly. So these 4 C's were actually devised to take care of that aspect. Right. And the 4 C's are carat, which is a weight, which is a unit of measurement. A gram is equal to 5 carats.
Okay.
So a carat is the weight and the size of the diamond. And then there is color. And then there is clarity. And one of the most important things, which is controlled by a man, is cut.
Okay.
So these 4 C's, basis these 4 C's, the diamond can be evaluated fairly accurately.
Yeah. बाकी 3 aspects जो हैं, they are natural. The other one is वो कहते हैं हीरे को तराशा जाता है.
Absolutely.
हीरे
को तराशने का जो कला है
जी,
उससे हीरे की वैल्यू बढ़ाई जा सकती है.
बिल्कुल समझ गया सर आपकी बात. सर, while कैरेट एंड क्लैरिटी वो तो अपने आप में एक सेल्फ एक्सप्लेनेटरी होता है. ज़्यादा कैरेट का होगा तो शायद वैल्यू ज़्यादा होगी, ज़्यादा क्लियर होगा तो शायद वैल्यू ज़्यादा होगी. बेस्ड ऑन कट, किस तरीके के डिफरेंट कट्स होते हैं, तो आप क्या उनकी रैंक कर सकते हैं कॉस्ट वाइज की लोएस्ट टू हाईएस्ट?
Absolutely. As I said, everything is now been scientifically graded and devised. So everything has a value.
Yeah.
So as we know, a diamond, if you know, occurs in a spindle shape. जैसे लट्टू होता है ना, उसको दोनों तरफ से पॉइंट्स बना दें. So एक स्पिंडल का शेप आ गया. So ये नेचुरल फॉर्म है एक डायमंड की.
Okay.
So to cut a diamond into 2 halves gives us 2 halves of equal size.
Okay.
And if then we cut them into perfect rounds, and we get the maximum brilliance. There is something called round brilliant cut, which was जो इजाद किया था सर माइकल टोकोस्की ने. In fact, he passed away last week only. So he was the Russian gentleman who finished this cut to precisely such a level that we get 100% light reflection from a diamond. And that was called Tolkowsky cut or round brilliant cut.
Okay.
So that cut gives you the maximum value.
Okay.
And a lot of weight is lost while cutting that cut. Okay. All the other shapes are by chance.
Okay.
Because we try to attain that cut, but if a diamond has some inclusions, then we can't get that particular round brilliant cut. Then we have to cut it in another shape.
Okay.
So all the other shapes, apart from that round brilliant, attain a lesser value than that. So we have 2 grading criteria, one for round evaluation criteria, and the other for all other shapes.
Okay.
Simple.
बहुत simple है.
And then this cut is divided into excellent cut, where all the cut, proportion, and symmetry are all excellent, and or it can be excellent, very good, good, fair, and poor. Okay. So basis these measurements, and these measurements are these days being recorded by a computer, which graphs it just like a engineering diagram. We graph the various angles, and almost on 60 parameters. These cuts are then analyzed by a computer, and we get the cut whether it is excellent, all excellent. We call it triple X. Excellent cut, excellent polish, excellent symmetry, which is the highest valued cut. And then we get the other criterion, wherein it can be excellent, very good, good. It can be excellent, good, poor, like that. And then the value changes accordingly.
Okay. Do people take diamonds in different shapes also? This is square
Yes,
या कुछ और
yes.
ऐसा
In fact, diamonds in different shapes attain their own popularity and attain their own beauty. Diamond can be cut into a heart shape. Diamond can be cut into a marquise shape, a pear shape, and a emerald cut, which is a 8-cornered octagon cut. Okay. So these are the different cuts. And these days, with the advent of laser, a diamond can be cut into your face.
Is it?
Like your face. It can be recorded on a diamond. A horse-shaped face I've seen, and an aeroplane, or you can call of different alphabets. So with the advent of laser, the possibilities are immense.
So term to say diamond engineering honi chahiye fir, है ना?
So yes,
it's brilliant actually. If there's so much science behind it and people are shaping it like that now. Diamond architecture कहना चाहिए.
Diamond architect, yes. Yes, there are people who are specializing in cutting diamonds into different shapes, and they're studying it proper. They're engineering properly, graduating into that.
Wow, it's a whole field of study now.
It's a whole field of study now.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
And similar case with color. मतलब अगर हम cost में range करें.
Cost में range करें, so basically the whitest diamonds are considered to be the best. That is the traditional thought of line of thought. So diamonds usually occur in white, and they tend to deviate from white. So it can be yellowish white, or brownish white, or grayish white. Okay. So as the color tends to fade out, the value goes down. And the whiter it becomes, the more colorless it becomes, the higher value. And you can see it with a naked eye when you basically जब उसको zoom in करके देखते हैं. A naked eye cannot make out minor differences of color. So for that we get standard diamonds. So we create master stones, which are the color standards, and if we compare them together side by side, then we can make out the color.
Great. So different grades of diamonds. What are those?
So one very interesting thing, the diamond color grades doesn't start from A. It starts from D and goes up to Z.
So ABC का क्या कसूर रहा?
So ABC का कसूर ये रहा. So another interesting fact, that before this whole system was devised, the diamonds were called like A, B, or C grade. You see, so in order to abstain from that earlier system of where you call a double A, B, or C grade, so they just shunned it out and started the new grading system from D. And so that was very brilliant thought, which came in, and the ABC are shunted out. They created a complete new system where nowhere in the world would you see a D grade thing. You can see a B, or C. So they started with the D and went up to Z. So there are that many color grades.
So when you go from D to Z, it gives you different
from the purest
clarity
white in D, the purest white color. And then E and F. These are D and F are called rare whites.
Then there's the
range,
and then
G, H, I are called super whites.
Awesome.
And then J, K, L are called near whites. Near colorless. And then that's how the grading system goes down.
So मुझे तो black, white, red, yellow, blue के अलावा कुछ दिखता ही नहीं है. So मतलब वो जौहरी वाली नजर तो फिर बहुत ट्रेनिंग के बाद आती होगी सर. Sir, are there any visible inclusions या blemishes in a diamond? जो clearly दिखती हैं, ऐसा हो जाता है?
Yes, absolutely.
Being a natural stone.
As we see that diamond being a natural stone, so 90% of the diamonds that come out of Mother Earth's nature, more than 90, rather 95%, are not consumed in jewelry. So they've got that many inclusions that look like another piece of stone lying around. There are that many inclusions. They are not that clear and that white. Only 5% of diamonds go into jewelry. So they qualify to that criteria. Rest are used as industrial diamonds, which are used in grinding and polishing industries. So they are crushed out and used into grinding and polishing industries.
For their physical
for
strength,
their hardness,
basically hardness.
For their hardness. Only 5% diamonds qualify to be into jewelry.
Awesome. That is why the rarity comes in, and that is why the price goes up compared to.
Absolutely.
Can diamonds be treated or enhanced in any way manually?
Yes. As over the time, various forms of treatments have come into picture where we can improve the color of a diamond. There are certain kinds of irradiation treatments or certain kinds of heat treatments which help us to improve the color of diamond, but not all of them can be done. It's not very easy, and it's not very sustainable. So color improvements are there, but it's a very complex process.
But does that color improvement stay with the diamond for a long time?
Yes, it stays with the diamond. It's called high pressure, high temperature treatment. Certain quality of diamonds which we technically call type 2A. They can transform the color through a high pressure, high temperature treatment. It's almost the same thing that happens deep down the earth. Right. The same thing is synthesized into a lab, and the diamond can be a colorless from let's say a high brown color to near white. That's all.
Sir, मैं बिल्कुल ही अलड़ और गवार हुए इस एरिया में, तभी आपसे एक सवाल पूछ रहा हूँ कि क्या डायमंड्स को पॉलिश किया जाता है? हर डायमंड पॉलिश होता है या पॉलिशिंग के बिना भी डायमंड्स होते हैं?
जैसी कहावत है कि हीरे को तराशने के बाद ही उसकी असली कीमत बनती है. So a diamond, if you see in its raw form, you may not even say that this is a diamond. You can pass it off like
a regular
stone. And there have been numerous stories where the stones have been lying in the house and people don't know the worth. While one fine day some jeweler sees and says, "Oh, you are sitting on $1 million diamond," and suddenly the worth comes out.
Then you know.
So that has.
हमने movie में भी देखा ना, blood diamond में there was the blood diamond was actually didn't look like a diamond.
That
was a pinkish sort of a stone.
Absolutely.
Talking about blood diamond, is the origin of a diamond important? And क्या ये diamond trade industry ensure करती है कि जो diamond है वो conflict free है?
Yeah. As we see, as we know that in many of the countries, the proceeds of the mining doesn't go into a legitimate system, and at times the money is used in terror activities, or if the government, the entire area is managed by an illegitimate government, the proceeds are used for conflict.
Right.
So these diamonds are called conflict diamonds, and the diamond industry has come together. Various stakeholders, the various countries have come together and created a system where the diamond origin has to be certified and checked. And KPMG is the company which has been entrusted with this audit. And the entire audit system starts from the day the diamond is mined to the day the diamond is cut and polished. The entire system is audited and each and every diamond is accounted for. Right. And these diamonds are called conflict-free diamonds and they are traded freely.
Right. Sir, India kahan stand karta hai when it comes to diamond trade and diamond, I don't know, the whole process of...
India stands on the peak of the pyramid.
Okay.
So 98 of the 100 diamonds cut and polished in the world are processed in India. While hardly 2% of the diamonds are not mined in India, even 2%, but 98% of the diamonds are cut and polished and traded through India. Okay. So we have the best technology and we have the best workforce to cut and polish the diamonds. And this art has been honed through centuries. As we know, the Golconda was the earliest mine in South India. There is a kingdom called Golconda near Vijayanagar. That was the mine where the diamonds were first found and they were cut and polished. So Indian cutters had the first access to the diamonds, and then they were found in Brazil also. And those diamonds also were shipped to India for cutting and polishing. Right. So that art has over the centuries now got into Indian blood. And the entire area around from Surat to Valsad to Navsari to Ahmedabad, the entire belt, the entire villages, Bhavnagar, you name it, they are all entire villages are into diamond cutting and polishing trade.
Wow. Does this have to do with our ancient culture कि हमारे यहाँ जितने भी हमारे यहाँ culture में ही gemstones शुरू से हैं?
Because we've had such rich culture that all the rulers have patronized art.
Right.
And beauty. You see, and diamonds and jewelry are an eternal part of it.
Absolutely.
So the best jewelry that comes out, if you go 500 years back, India was the Silk Route gave India the best position,
Right.
and we were the best place where all these
Right.
art and beauty evolutions came in,
Yeah.
and best diamond and jewelry workers were patronized.
Gold and diamond have been a part of our life.
Absolutely,
सोने की चिड़िया.
gold, diamond, and gemstones.
बिल्कुल. And other gemstones as
Of
well.
course.
Absolutely. Sir, क्या डायमंड एक रिटर्न पॉलिसी के साथ आता है? आज आपसे एक डायमंड लिया मैंने. come to you.
This is an interesting question. As we say that diamond is forever.
Yeah.
It is indestructible. So if something is indestructible, then it has got a trade value.
Yeah.
Okay. So once it has got a trade value, then there has to be a buyback policy.
Right.
So that depends from a vendor to vendor, a company to company, or a seller to seller. The buyback policy can be easily given because it's an indestructible thing. So that is the reason that most of the diamonds which are traded by the jewelers and the traders come with a buyback policy.
It's indestructible, but can it break?
Again, so this is a myth that a diamond cannot break.
Yeah.
In fact, a diamond has a hardness on Mohs scale. The diamond hardness is 10, which is the highest any material can attain.
Okay.
So hardness 10 means it can't be scratched.
Okay.
Okay. So it's an interesting fact that a diamond can only be scratched by another diamond, and that too in only one direction. Of the 8 directions
Right.
that we have, the diamond can only be scratched in one of the directions
Okay.
by another diamond. So a hardness 10 stone can scratch another hardness 10 stone only in one direction.
Okay.
That is called direction of polishing.
Okay.
And in that direction only it has to be polished. So diamond polishing is a highly sophisticated art where diamond powder is used to polish the diamond, and each and every facet is polished in its direction of polishing. You can't polish it in the other direction.
Okay.
So, but again comes the fact whether diamonds can break or not.
Yeah.
So you can easily cleave a diamond again in its direction of polishing. Okay, so that is the weakest direction where a diamond can be cleaved using a blade and a hammer, and it can part into two. So if it falls to the ground in that direction, it can again part into two. चूरा नहीं बनेगा, but a diamond can always part into two if it falls in that direction of cleaving.
Wow.
Okay, and a blade before the advent of laser, the diamond were opened up. I mean, the rough was cut using this direction of cleaving only. So it can break, but it cannot scratch. That is the right way.
Can we, जैसे कोई भी कॉम्प्लेक्स ज्वेलरी पीसेस होते हैं जिनके अंदर काफ़ी सारे डायमंड पीसेस होते हैं, राइट? कई सारे लगे होते हैं उनके अंदर. रफ यूजेज से तो कुछ उसका फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा डायमंड का.
रफ यूजेज से फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, बट अगेन इफ यू अलाउ द पीस टू फॉल,
right,
a diamond jewelry piece which has got hundreds of diamonds, and you allow it to fall to the ground,
then
maybe one or two small pieces can break again owing to the direction of cleavage.
Of course.
That is the
and
technical
depends
aspect.
कि कई बार कोई पीस हैवी भी होता है.
Yeah.
सर थोड़े से मिथ और फैक्ट्स के बारे में बात करेंगे.
Of course.
The bigger the diamond, the better the diamond. Myth or
True.
fact?
True.
It's true.
True.
Bigger diamonds are
More
better?
rare, more better.
Awesome. मैंने इंडिस्ट्रक्टिबल की तो बात आपसे कर ली कि स्क्रैच हो सकते हैं या नहीं. क्या डायमंड हमेशा वैल्यू में बढ़ता है?
Okay, now again, अब वो कहते हैं ना, हीरे की कदर जौहरी जानता है,
जी,
पारखी ही जानता है,
जी,
या कनौसियरी जानता है कि इसकी वैल्यू क्या है. सो if you place it in the right hands, a person can evaluate it rightly.
राइट.
आप हीरे को सुनार के पास ले जाके चेक करोगे तो सोना जानता है, हीरा नहीं जानता है, तो he might value it wrongly. But you are asking a general question that does it go up in value? Historically, yes.
Okay.
Historically, yes, because I was only recently I was studying a graph of diamond value since 1930s, since the Great Depression. Okay, so since the Great Depression, the diamond price has increased at the rate of almost 3 to 4% a year on year. अगर हम देखें तो आज तक डायमंड की वैल्यू इतनी बढ़ी है. So it is a compounding value.
Right.
Okay, and coupled with the value of increase in dollar, because a diamond across the world is valued in dollars. There is a valuation report called Rappaport, which is published every Friday, which evaluates the diamond. The price is in US dollars. So do you talk in Indian currency, coupled with that 3 to 4% per year, and another 3 to 4% multiply with the value of increase in dollar, the price is a multifarious increase.
Right. What are the most trustworthy gemological laboratories आज की डेट में?
Okay. So when we talk of certification, a certification is a area where we need the most highest technology. And apart from the highest technology, we need to have the highest standards of integrity.
Right.
Because you see, the valuation of diamond is such a delicate aspect,
Right.
that one shade here or there, if it is declared, the value can increase or decrease by 30%.
Right.
And if this deviation is 2 or 3 grades, then the value can be 100% different.
Wow.
From a double in
Of course,
value
yes.
difference. So highest levels of integrity are followed. So very few labs are there in the world who are at the helm of it. So GIA, which is the whose baby was this color grading system,
Right.
Gemological Institute of America.
G.
Okay, so this is considered to be the best diamond certification agency across the world today. And they have a couple of grading labs. One of the biggest labs is in New York, and recently they've set up their world biggest testing facility in Mumbai.
Oh,
Okay, about 12 years ago, I think 12 or 13 years ago,
very nice.
they set up a world's biggest testing facility. So GIA, which is Gemological Institute of America, and then there are other prominent labs like IGI, which is International Gemological Institute, HRD, which is the premier grading certification in Antwerp.
Right.
And there are many other labs. In India, we have GII, which is Gemological Institute of India,
Right.
and IDI Surat, which is a totally a diamond dedicated institute of research and development called Indian Diamond Institute, based at Surat.
Right.
So these are the prominent labs where the diamonds are graded and certified.
Why are they trustworthy? मतलब ठीक है, एक बहुत बड़ी organizations हैं. They're doing global work.
Again, as I said, integrity is one of the most important part of an organization. Okay, so when it comes to selling, since high stakes are involved, the jewelers try to bias the lab's decision.
Right.
So the highest levels of integrity have to be followed. In fact, even after having such foolproof systems, like when you submit a diamond for certification, the name of the jeweler and the identity is hidden over there only, and the entire piece moves with the barcode through the entire certification process. Okay. So nobody, no grader or no certification person knows that whose diamond is it for certification. Okay, so these are the processes which are followed, and then it passes through different hands. Color grading is done by somebody else, and then clarity by somebody else, and the cut grading is done at some other place.
Right.
So that the bias is removed as much as possible.
Right.
So I've worked through these systems. That's why I can
Brilliant.
say
Yes.
that we have to follow the really high standards of integrity.
Right. आपने you've created you were actually one of the first few people who helped start a testing facility in northern India. Can you talk about that?
So this was started in 2004. It was my ambition since I did my gemology way back. First gemology classes I did in 1985.
Ji.
And since then it was my passion to start a lab for testing of gemstones and diamonds. And the first opportunity came when I discussed it with the Commerce Secretary. And I told him that, sir, we don't have a grading facility in North India, and we need to establish it.
Right.
He said, look, government is not going to do everything. Why don't you establish one? We get you the necessary tie-ups and technological. So I said, okay, get me a government certification for that.
Yeah.
So he immediately took me over to the chairman of IDI, Indian Diamond Institute, and said, here is a guy, a young guy who wants to start a lab.
Wow.
Can you provide him technical supervision? He said, why not? And hence came forth the idea. And within 1 year, we were able to establish the first diamond testing facility in North India, again being technically supervised by IDI Surat. I'm thankful to Mr. KK Sharma, who was the then executive chairman of IDI.
Wow.
Who actually went out of the way to get the necessary permissions, because that was one day, and till date, no other lab has come up with that kind of technical supervision. There are numerous private labs, but then, as I said, integrity and bias is one very important part. So it is very difficult to set up something like that.
इतना सुंदर आपने पेड़ लगाया, उसका फल सब खा रहे हैं देखिए इतने साल से. That's great सर, बहुत अच्छा. That's very inspiring. सर, हम हिंदुस्तान में हर चीज़ के लिए अपनी नाम राशि, अपना हॉरोस्कोप चेक करते हैं. हम अपना लकी स्टोन या जेम स्टोन की, हमारा बर्थ स्टोन क्या है, वो भी चेक करते हैं. कई लोग कई तरीके के जेम्स पहनते हैं और यूज करते हैं. बट डायमंड एक ऐसा जेमस्टोन लगता है मुझे जो शायद सबको भाता है और सबको अच्छा लगता है. बट व्हाट डू यू थिंक इज द रीजन बिहाइंड दिस?
I'll correct you here.
Yeah.
If you go by the astrological and horoscope wise system,
Yeah.
that in the Indian ancient astrological system, diamond is attributed to Shukra,
Okay.
which is Mercury.
Okay.
Okay. So, sorry, Venus, which is Venus.
Okay.
So, diamond is the gemstone for Venus. And Shukra is considered to be a very happening astrological phenomena. And diamond is considered to be a gemstone which gives you instant results.
Okay.
So this is the astrological system.
Absolutely. Yes.
And it has its own science. I won't go into it because that's not the topic now. But yes, diamond is one of the important part of the Nau-ratnas,
Yeah.
or the 9 gems, which are attributed to 9 planets. Yes, it
मुझे
is.
तो 9 रत्नों के नाम ही नहीं पता सर. आप
So the 9 gems are very interesting.
Yeah.
The center of the 9 planetary system is Sun, and Sun is represented by ruby,
Okay.
which is a red gemstone.
Right.
Okay. So ruby is considered to be the king of gems.
Right.
That is Sun, and then surrounded by planets, and then the planetary gems are, as I said, diamond, sapphire, blue sapphire for Shani, and then Rahu के लिए घुमेदक होता है, which is Hesonite, then pearl for moon, and then we have cat's eye for Ketu, and we have emerald for Budh, which is Mercury,
Right.
and then we have the last one is coral, which is Mangal.
क्या बात है.
Mangal. So
Wow.
these are the gems.
नहीं, this is valuable information सर. आधे से ज़्यादा 80% लोगों को नहीं पता होगा ये बात.
Because this is the basic Indian system, and this very interesting aspect is the 9 gems have you are supposed to wear a gem according to your Rashi, but the combined system of this Navratna or 9 gems is for everyone. एंड आपने ये भी देखा होगा इंडियन सिस्टम में जब मकान का मुहूर्त होता है, जब नींव खोदते हैं तो उसमें एक पंचरत्न डालते हैं
जी.
So this is embedding of good wishes from the entire planetary system.
Right.
So everything has
पंचरत्न 5 elements.
Five elements, and the panchrattan and the 5 gems are put into the earth before the digging starts.
क्या बात है. आपने कुछ अमेजिंग बताया सर. ये सर जैसे रियल एस्टेट हो, स्टॉक मार्केट हो, या एनी अदर फाइनेंशियल इंस्ट्रूमेंट, it is always said that the long term gives you the best results. Do you advise people to keep upgrading, keep investing, being in the diamond investment for a long term?
Absolutely. This being it's a rare earth element. We can call it a rare earth element because Absolutely. It is a rarity. It is coming from Mother Earth.
Absolutely.
And now with the advent of all the satellites and satellite imagery, now we know the exact quantity of diamonds that are there available on Earth, and
Right.
no more are going to be available.
Right.
So, and with those also, so it's a scarcity. So the prices would tend to increase provided there is a demand, and there is a demand because the diamonds have been marketed properly. Okay, so there is a demand from the knowledgeable public.
Right.
So it is certainly a very good method of investment. It appreciates in value. And again, the longer you keep, so the fluctuations of the market are taken care of.
Okay.
And the price tend to, just as I said, that the moment I averaged out the price increase since 1932, the return is coming to 3 to 4% per year in dollar terms.
Right.
So that is it.
Great. Are there lab created diamonds these days?
Oh, you've actually touched the hornet's net. So that is the most hot topic today, and I think we can have a total session for that.
Yeah.
Yes, there are lab created diamonds. In fact, the research started way back in 1950s, and General Electric was the company which actually started creating lab created diamonds, which is man-made diamonds, because there was a requirement.
Right.
There was a requirement for space research. We needed some very hard material, something like diamond, which can take extreme heat, which is scratch resistant, something like diamond to coat their propellers and vessels.
Right.
So that is where the need for a synthetic diamond coat came in, and GE started creating that. And once it started, the crystallization of diamond started. But till about 1980s, the cost of creating a synthetic diamond was much higher than cost of mining a natural diamond. So it was not economically viable.
Right.
But then suddenly came another breakthrough, where high pressure, high temperature treatment was diagnosed, and the diamonds were created. But still, with that also, the diamond quality was not very good.
Okay.
We did create diamond crystals of bigger size, but then came another breakthrough. There was once a professor in Germany said that you can see that carbon vapor coming out of the car's exhaust.
Yeah.
I think diamonds can be created right over there. And his saying became true when diamonds were created using carbon vapor deposition technique.
Wow.
Using carbon monoxide. Diamond is nothing but pure carbon.
Yes.
So they found a way where as opposed to nature, the diamonds were created using a diamond seed plate, and carbon vapors are bombarded in extreme cold temperatures on that diamond plate, and that carbon monoxide that breaks, and the carbon atoms keep collecting on that plate, and the diamonds grow. That is the new technique, which is called carbon vapor deposition technique. And the machines are very small, something like 1 meter by 1 meter. That's all. And the diamonds can be grown on that. And now the diamond crystals are being created, and beautiful diamonds are coming out of this carbon vapor deposition technique.
You just gave me a business idea, sir.
Absolutely. In fact, our dear Prime Minister Modi, he in his last budget, he announced that this new carbon vapor deposition technique can be used, and all those companies who tend to grow diamond using these techniques would get 50% waiver in their electricity bills. So in Gujarat, it is happening. In the town of Surat, it is a homegrown industry now, and many of the houses in the household they are growing diamonds, and which are feeding the cutting industry, and these diamonds are being exported. So a whole new chapter has been added to Indian diamond industry, wherein synthetic CVD grown diamonds are a new merchandise system.
Awesome. It seems like environmentally also this will be a that's
a debatable thing, because natural diamonds they do tend to disturb the ecology, because we have to mine them. But the companies, the responsible mining that is happening, they are planting trees, they are creating hospitals, schools around the area, they are creating the infrastructure. Same way, when you are using these, creating these diamonds, so yes, of course, huge amounts of electricity is being used, which is high energy consumption. So we have to see, and we have to actually, it is debatable aspect that how responsible they are.
Great. But can we consider CVD,
carbon vapor deposition,
CVD diamonds to be as good as natural diamonds?
Yes, they are as clean as natural diamonds. They are as white as natural diamonds. In fact, they are more cleaner, because we can control the environment, and there are less inclusions, because we can control the number of inclusions, and everything is possible. But ultimately, they are not natural, and that aspect can be detected using some machines. It's now a very simple method of detection. So that's why there is no threat to natural diamonds vis-a-vis their value. Okay. The value of synthetic diamonds has been deteriorating over the last 10 years because the manufacturing techniques are changing very fast, and technology is making it easily possible to create more and bigger diamonds sooner.
Cost of manufacturing
is going down.
Right.
So the price gap between a natural and synthetic
is increasing.
has almost gone more than almost 100 times.
Really?
Almost 100 times.
Wow.
So that is the cost difference now, which is huge. So synthetic diamonds are there for a different section. They are for the mass.
Right.
So they used to say that the diamonds are forever. Now diamonds are for masses.
Right. I know what you mean. And somebody वो जो rule चलता है ना, 2 months salary for an engagement ring. तब तो शायद वो
I'm hearing it for the first time.
Really?
2 months salary for an engagement
तो
ring.
बहुत पुरानी कहावत है, कहते कि how do you decide कि कितना महंगा डायमंड खरीदना है अपनी fiancé के लिए, right? या फिर आपने कौन सा डायमंड लेना है, whatever. So the rule is 2 months salary. ये ग्लोबल रूल है.
Okay.
कई मूवीज में देखा होगा आपने.
Very 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 interesting.
2 महीने की सैलरी आपकी जितनी है, आप उतने का डायमंड खरीद लीजिए. तो फिर ये तो जब CVD आ जाएगा, तो if you're talking about 100 times, तो मैं तो I think we can do it in 5 days salary.
2 months salary for a diamond necklace.
Yeah.
Instead of a ring, you will be gifting a necklace.
Of course, yes. Sir, I've seen machines that can instantly tell you that a certain type of
Yes.
gold is 22
Yes.
carat or 24 carat, या उसकी purity क्या है, 18
That's
carat.
an X-ray check. Yeah,
Right.
XRF checker.
Diamonds के लिए ऐसा कुछ आता है?
Yes. 10 years ago, it was not possible. And these suddenly became a challenge, how to detect and certify the synthetic diamonds.
Yeah.
And how to differentiate when they arrive in lots. So we had to deposit all the diamonds into GIA or IGI to be able to detect which are the synthetic ones. And it was a very costly and a very time-taking process.
Okay.
But now such small and such tabletop machines have been developed which can easily distinguish between a CVD or a synthetic diamond and a natural diamond.
Okay.
And the process is fairly easy. In fact, it's that easy that I can give you a demo right over here.
Let's
using
do
that machine. And it is a very simple method where a customer can just walk into our store and just put in their jewelry into that machine, and they can see it on the screen whether all the diamonds are natural or synthetic. It's as simple as that.
Brilliant.
So this is very interesting.
बहुत बढ़िया. Coming back to CVD diamonds, sir, what are the advantages of CVD diamonds, if any?
You see, with the CVD diamond, you can whatever you have been fantasizing. So I know of my clients, somebody who bought a 1 carat diamond for, let's say, 6 lakh rupees is now looking to acquire a 2 carat diamond, which is 12 lakh rupees or 15 lakh rupees. And somebody who has a 2 carat diamond is looking to acquire a 4 carat diamond, which is 50 lakh rupees.
Right.
Okay. Somebody who has a 4 carat diamond is always looking to acquire a 7 carat diamond, which is 1 crore.
Right.
Okay. So that kind of fantasies does occur with diamond. And this is how people upgrade themselves. But with the advent of CVD, suddenly what we can see is they can satiate their demand to wear a 5 carat diamond without much cost. So because there is a 100-time price difference, something which is 1 crore is just 1 lakh over here.
Right.
Got it? That much different. So yes, you can do that. But deep inside, that desire to wear a natural diamond and that satisfaction,
it will never go away,
of wearing a natural diamond, it can never go away. Okay. You can flaunt it. You can fake it. But you can't satisfy yourself.
I know what you mean, sir.
So the human aspect is there.
Yeah. But sir, ये तो फिर और ज़रूरी हो गया कि I think we should inform people a lot. Every day, possibly people are buying bunch of things, right? They are investing in diamonds also. But for somebody who's a novice like me, जैसे मैंने बोला मैं बिल्कुल अलर्ट और गवार हूँ इस एरिया में. So if I go and buy a diamond, I don't know if it's a CVD, I don't know if it's a natural stone.
Absolutely. That's one of the biggest challenges which I want to alert people about.
Yeah.
That you need to buy a diamond with full knowledge.
Yeah.
And it is your right to demand a certificate. It is your right to cross-check that certificate. It is your right to be able to satisfy yourself fully that what you are buying is right.
Okay.
Otherwise, you can challenge that in any court. You can put a police case against that. And I've seen cases happening around me in last 1 year. The cases have increased. And I want to alert each and everyone who's listening to this that you need to be a very alert person when you are buying diamonds. And I can give you certain tips whereby you can verify whether what the diamonds you have bought are genuine or not, or they are CVD or not. And the person whom you are buying from, demand this from them, that I want to satisfy myself. Of course, people say that the jewelers is a word of mouth and a jeweler is your family jeweler, but the kind of cases I've seen, I was horrified to see when one of my known clients came in and he told me, Atul, I've been buying some jewelry from another place and he's been giving me very good prices. I said, absolutely fine, wonderful. So he kept on insisted on showing me some of the jewelry he showed me, they were good. But then one of the bangles I saw and I said, these are very fine quality diamonds. Do you have a certificate for these? He said, no. He said, they are coming cheap. I don't need to, I didn't even certify it. I said, sir, these are 50 cents diamond and two full bangles of 50 cents diamond means they should be costing 1 crore. I said, no, it came cheaper and somebody was selling it at this bottom. Sir, that is the first alert. Why don't you get them cross-checked?
Yeah.
So I sent him to the lab. And the next day he cross-checked. The entire pair of bangles were synthetic CVD diamonds.
Oh,
He
no.
was cheated for lakhs and lakhs.
Wow.
So he got alerted, and then he had to actually file a police case and get into actual details. So you see, better than that, then you are taking the word of mouth. You find out whether the diamond is natural or not yourself.
Right.
So we'll be showing you a machine which is a countertop machine where you can check whether your diamonds are natural or not.
Right.
And you can always demand two things from a jeweler when you are buying a jewelry. Ask them for a natural diamond certificate. You see, all the companies, GIA, IGI, they are issuing diamond certificates. Okay, but now with the advent of CVD, there are two kinds of diamond certificate. One is natural diamond certificate. One is CVD diamond certificate or a synthetic diamond certificate. Okay,
right.
And most of the time we open the certificate and see the color and the clarity. We tend to skip the fact whether the diamond is a CVD.
Right.
So demand a certificate, okay? And whether you are buying, even if you are buying small diamonds in jewelry, demand a proper IGI certificate or a credible lab certificate where the diamond weight is inscribed, the picture is there, and the same certificate number is also inscribed inside the jewelry.
Right.
Okay, so verify the facts yourself. And even after doing all this, because we've seen cases where certificates have been switched, certificates have been fudged.
Oh no.
So everything happens because, see, the people are very smart and money stakes are big. So you can, even after that, you can verify your own diamonds inside the Smart View machine. So,
sir, usually what happens is whenever you have a wedding in the family or you have a like upcoming nuptials, कोई भी ऐसे होते हैं, तो आप you go ahead and you invest money into jewelry. People go to the biggest of the names. जिसको पता है CVD वो तो ठीक है, जिसको नहीं पता है usually don't ask. I know this for myself for a fact that at the time of my brother's wedding, we didn't ask for anything. We didn't know that there exists something like that. So for me, I was going in by the certificate that they gave me. They said, this is the rating of the diamond. This is the grade of the diamond. Nobody told me if it was a natural stone or a CVD. This is a great giveaway that you've shared. But आप बोले कि जैसे सर्टिफिकेट हमने लिया उनसे, हाउ डू आई चेक द सर्टिफिकेट? मैं कौन सी ऐसी रिसोर्स है जिसके पास जाऊँ कि वो सर्टिफिकेट ऑथेंटिक है या नहीं? लाइक यू सेड, स्विच भी हो जाता है अगर सर्टिफिकेट. आई डोंट थिंक देयर इज एनी वे टू टेल if somebody is going to cheat you out of it.
The best way is to cross check from another lab.
Okay,
that is the best way. In all the cities we have credible labs like IGI, we have our lab like DGSL. So the best way is to cross check it's called process is called certificate verification.
Okay,
so you can carry your jewelry with your certificate to another lab and ask them for a cross verification whether the jewelry matches with the certificate and it is natural. These two things, but it can be done. It's not a very expensive process. About 600 to 1,000 rupees a carat. That's what they charge.
But that's fine, sir. But it won't happen till the time I've bought it. Nobody's going to give me the jewelry to get it tested.
I understand. Right? So always buy it with a bill, and then you can always cross-check it. Or you can ask your jeweler to verify the jewelry in the machine.
Right. जो भी हम दिखाएंगे लोगों को.
Of course.
There is no natural way of, जैसे आप बोलते हैं ना कि जौहरी की परख, क्या हम एक natural stone or artificial stone
mind you, the diamond, when we talk something to be a synthetic diamond, a synthetic diamond by definition means something which has got same physical and chemical properties as natural.
Yeah.
And the no human intervention is there. So even by using an eye loop or even a microscope, no one can tell you. I'm running a lab, I can tell you. No one can tell you just by looking at the diamond that this is natural and this is synthetic. There's just one clear phenomena which is called shortwave fluorescence. That can only check, and that phenomena is what is detected using this machine.
Okay.
So today we are talking about this synthetic diamond scanner. So as we know that there is a need for detecting the synthetic diamond versus a natural diamond. So very interestingly, this is called a Smart Pro, and this is a tabletop machine. You can see the size; it's very handy, and a simple to check method where within 2 minutes you get your answer, and on the screen that suppose there is a ring, and this ring has got what I can see is 5 and 5 10 diamonds on the shoulders, one big solitaire in the middle, and another 22 diamonds on the sides. Okay, so this ring, we can check even the smallest diamond, the bigger solitaire, everything by putting it in the Smart Pro. So I'll just tell you how we process. Now we open the chamber. It says place your stones within the camera view. So we are just opening the chamber, taking out and placing the ring. And we make sure that this ring, right. So the ring reaches the camera view. Fine. So now we can just focus this and then we can start the jewelry quick test. It's processing and the fluorescent light is on and finish. There we get the result. That's it, generating results. Fine. So here we can see the diamonds are fluorescing blue and we can compare the results. So the results say the natural diamonds are fluorescing from light blue to blue. So all these diamonds on the top of this ring, including the big one, are all natural. Had they been CVD synthetic, they would have behaved like yellow or green or orangish. Now I'll place another ring and let us see what does this ring stand for. Fine. We put in a recheck and a quick test. The lamp button goes on when the long wave and then the short wave ultraviolet goes on. Now it is okay. Here we can see the center diamond is green. Now to compare the results. Fine. So we can make out the color of the center diamond is a CVD synthetic, the bigger diamond in the center. You see, we can enlarge the image and see that the bigger diamond in the center is a CVD synthetic. For the 4 prongs, we can see the dark area and the rest of the small diamonds on the sides are blue. So the diamonds on the side are natural diamond. The center diamond is a CVD synthetic.
So can you share some interesting stories from your years of experience in this field?
The stories are more related to ethics.
Of course.
Okay.
Anything.
So I would say that I have my childhood memories with my dad.
Yeah.
And it happened so that our shop, the old shop in Chandni Chowk, used to be on the ground floor of the house where we used to live.
Yeah.
Okay. So my pastime coming back from my school, I used to spend the rest of my time after finishing my homework. I used to spend the rest of the time at my shop. And in those days, whatever I've learned under his and seeing his work, what I have learned is what became memories.
Yeah.
So once what happened, a very interesting stone came in to my dad, and it was a gem which was half polished.
Okay,
a gemstone, a ruby gemstone which was half polished. And in our trade, there are 2 ways of working. If you are buying a gemstone on a per carat price, I'm talking of B2B, where the business to business trade happens.
right.
And if you're buying a gemstone at a per carat rate, then it is considered to be automatically guaranteed to be genuine.
Okay.
But if you are buying a gemstone on a lump sum value,
right,
okay, then it is considered to be as is basis.
Okay.
Okay. And something which is on as is basis is your game.
Yeah.
Just like we do a trade and you get a go down full of stuff and you buy it on a as is basis, then there are no guarantees attached. Got it?
That's where the gamble is, basically.
That's where the gamble is. So he bought that gemstone and it was 20,000 rupees in those times, in late 70s. Okay. I'm talking about 20,000 rupees was a big money.
Yeah.
And he bought that gemstone and the money was to be paid the next day. In the evening, he went to the cutter, polished the whole gemstone. It came out to be a synthetic.
Oh.
And the next day I was waiting that this gentleman comes in and my dad paid him 20,000 rupees. And I was waiting what he will talk to him. He will tell him, no, he first paid him 20,000 rupees and then coolly told him that gem turned out to be a synthetic. Very coolly told him. And that gentleman was, his face was, his mouth was open. He said, Bhauji, aapne cut kar liya? Haan. Check kar liya? Haan. Synthetic nikla? Haan. फिर भी पैसे दे दिए. He said, I bought this gemstone on as is basis. So my ethics don't say that I cut your money. Right. And there was nothing wrong with you also. You must have bought it from somewhere and you sold it to me and fine. It's okay. So these kind of ethics are just unimaginable in today's business. And this was one. I mean, there are numerous stories like this where ethics first,
Yeah.
word of mouth first, as they used to say in those times. Okay, a jeweler's word is final because he never lies.
Right.
So those were the kind of ethics that what we have seen under him. And in today's scenario, I try to find where are those ethics.
Right.
And but there are businesses and there are people who still follow those very immaculate ethics, and we try to follow the same with our clients.
Nice.
And we try to actually try and give them the best that is possible.
I keep saying this to my friends, especially who have grandfathers or who have, उनको बोलता हूँ कि ये जो एक जनरेशन है या जो एक सोच है, ये उस जनरेशन के साथ ये सोच खत्म होती जा रही है. And we have to try our best. If we can't do that, what are we here for? If we can't emulate their, value system in our lives today and then pass it on properly to our kids. There are reasons to it, because the reason being that today's education system teaches you everything off the place of work. Yeah.
The entire business, the entire engineering, the entire working is taught to you in a classroom. Okay. Earlier times, the people used to learn at the workplace,
right,
working with their elders. Okay. And there you learn much more than actual work. You learn their way of work. You learn their way of dealing. You learn their ethics. You learn their temperament, how you deal with a client, how you behave with them. And there are many more things attached to it.
दुनियादारी जिसको कहते हैं.
जी. So business is not only about a len-den. It's
Bilkul.
not just transactional.
Bilkul.
It is more about creating relationships.
Right.
And these relationships convert into making businesses centuries and ages long.
What's your favorite memory in your tenure of work? जो आप आज भी बैठ के कभी याद करते हो, अरे यार ऐसा हुआ था.
So again, this I would relate another small incident.
Yeah.
So after completing my schooling at DPS, I got admission into SRCC.
Yeah.
So first year of SRCC passed off, and I thought that college only runs in first few hours of the day. So there was this gemology course, and there were only 12 seats.
Yeah.
In entire India, there was just one course in gemology, and I was very passionate about it. That used to run in Connaught Place.
Yeah.
And I applied for that. There were 2,000 applications for those 12 seats. Imagine. So I applied for it, and I was shortlisted, and then I was called for an interview. And during the interview, the people were sitting across, and they were asking people, and I was the youngest, because usually people used to do it after graduation. So after completing, when the last question came in, after completing my last question, I crossed over to the gentleman and told him, "Sir, kindly provide me a seat only if I get the evening batch." There were 6 seats in the morning, 6 in the evening. I told him, "Sir, provide me if it is possible, in the evening batch." He said, "Why so?" He said, "I mean, here is a person who is putting his own terms."
Yeah.
He said, "Why so?"
12 ही सीटें हैं.
And he's putting his own terms.
Yeah.
He said, "Why so?" He said, "I have a college in the morning to attend, so I don't think I'll be able to do a right
Justice
judgment,
to it. Yeah.
justice to it. I don't either want to miss my college and don't want to." I said, "Okay." And I went away, and I was selected. And and it happened so, after the completion of the year, I topped the course. And it was my dream that every year I used to see, since my childhood, I used to see a book came in, and all the top exporters of the country are awarded in a ceremony in Taj Hotel in Mumbai.
Okay.
It used to happen year after year.
Okay.
So, and it happened so that the topper of this course was to be awarded in the same function, in the same ceremony, at the same place.
Wow.
So we got 3 tickets for myself, my dad, and my mom.
Yeah.
We were to travel to Mumbai for that thing.
Okay.
So that was my dream. I said, मुझे कब यहाँ award मिलेगा?
Wow.
I grew up with that dream, and it happened so fast. I got it in 86. So that day, on the dais, that gentleman told me that this young man came to me, creating his saying, "I will only enter the course if I get the evening class." He said, that day I thought that he can top.
Yes.
So he adjudged my passion at that time, and he was the instructor, and he could do it. So that memory still retains in my mind that you have to actually fearlessly say your mind out.
Wow.
एट टाइम if अगर मैंने वो नहीं बोला होता उस दिन, बहुत हिम्मत की उसके लिए, अगर मैंने वो नहीं बोला होता उस दिन तो शायद मुझे वो सीट नहीं मिलती, और मुझे वो सीट नहीं मिलती शायद मैं यहाँ नहीं बैठा होता.
बिल्कुल आप ठीक कह रहे हैं सर, आप सही कह रहे हैं बिल्कुल.
So that moment changes. So you have to fearlessly say your mind out.
Everything happens for a reason. Wow.
Exactly.
बहुत ही बढ़िया स्टोरी सुनाई आपने सर. अतुल जी, थैंक यू सो मच. मैं आपसे, आपकी परमिशन से, आपका कुछ एक email ID, maybe your website,
Of course.
I would love to share with the viewers, because if they have any questions, if they have any queries, they can reach out to you directly.
Certainly. I'll share with that.
Thank you, sir. This was Atul ji, Atul Jain. He has been a generational jeweler, as you probably understood from our conversation. और हीरा है सदा के लिए, लेकिन जो इनके एथिक्स और जिस तरीके की इन्होंने क्वालिटी और वैल्यू सिस्टम की बात करी, अगर हम इसको मेंटेन कर सकें सदा के लिए, तो आई थिंक वी कैन चेंज आवर लाइव्स फॉर अ मच बेटर जनरेशन अहेड. Thank you for listening in. If you have any questions, you can write to me at thespecificask@gmail.com. You can also follow me on Instagram at thespecificask, and you can message me there, or you can comment in the reels that we will be posting hopefully soon. Thank you. Have a great day.